Friends, 37-day of war in Ukraine. It seems non-ending, isn't it? More than a month, and so-called first phase is over, second phase has started a week earlier. On political front, Moscow has reacted what Washington and other media has been saying, that Putin is ill-advised by his own military and he is not happy. Peskov, the Russian spokesperson, has said Washington does not understand the way of working of Moscow or Putin. Well, this is their propaganda, counter-propaganda. We need not go into that. Now let us go on economic front. Putin has given a decree in which he has said that those who want to buy Russian gas must have their accounts in Russian banks in ruble. Otherwise, Russia is not going to give them oil and natural gases. And this is causing heavy economic crisis in European countries who were dependent on Russian oil and gas, almost 40% plus, at much cheaper rate than elsewhere they were getting. For example, Austria has said that it cannot run its economy without Russian energy. That means they will bow down to the Russian decree. And the prices are rising all over Europe. Even in India. India is different reason for that matter, because India is already buying at a much cheaper rate than rest of the world, 25 to 27% as Russia had agreed. Maybe even cheaper than that. It is monopoly pricing, that's why we are paying excess. Well, that is economy, and the sanction has its counter sanction, and the global effect is yet to be seen. The war industries are in huge profit, but then the people are paying through their noses. It is natural. On military front, it is interesting to start with. Let us talk about Mariupol. There had been a daredevil effort by Ukrainian Air Force to evacuate some of its Azov military commanders with 5 helicopters. 4 Mi-4 helicopters and one probably to support them, Mi-24, a gunship. Mariupol, we know, not only Mariupol, the entire Ukraine is extremely anti-Ukrainian Air Force, a hostile environment. It is in favor of Russian Air Force. And they came, and 2 are confirmed that they are shot down. More than 24 Azov battalion army personnel have been shot, killed. The helicopter crashed. Others' fate not known. This tells us 2 things. One is that the Ukrainian army, their top brasses who are surrounded in Mariupol or elsewhere, they are given up. They were withdrawing. They were running away. Even many of them were caught while they were trying to get out as refugees, but they were caught. The marks and all that, once upon a time when they were very boastful of that on their bodies and all that, of Jews and other things, now exposing them, that have become their enemies. And now in this kind of daredevil efforts, that also shows how important were they. Now they are living their Hoover, the leftover army and all that. They don't bother. They have to die. So as even Zelensky has said that in some of the regions it is extremely difficult for Ukrainian army to continue fighting. And naturally Mariupol is one of them. Mariupol, if we see, it's almost destroyed. There is another news. Ministry of Defense, Russia, has said that 15,000 of its troops have been withdrawn from Kyiv region. and they have been deployed in Dnipro, that is eastern Ukraine. Now their main focus is in eastern Ukraine. When the peace talk is finding some way, some hope, Russians are in hurry to take control of Donbass as much as possible. LPR, DPR, Mariupol, and other reasons. It's not that they have left over the other places where they were bombarding, shelling. Kharkiv is burning. All the oil and natural gas pipelines have been bombed. So is adjacent areas of Kyiv. Irpin, which is 20-25 kilometers away from Kyiv, is under heavy threat and attack. Kherson is, of course, it seems to be next target after Mariupol falls completely. So this is the military conditions on 37 day. On face of it, if you look at the map, there doesn't seem to be much difference from the 35th day or 38th day to 37th day. Western Ukraine, Lviv seems to be having some respite, so is Odisha. Well, Russians are busy elsewhere. Their attention is diverted elsewhere, and that probably they are meaning second phase of war. So before I end, I must say that West has also said, their military experts, that probably they overestimated the strength of Russian military and underestimated the would-be resistance of Ukrainian armed forces. Whatever may be, the situation is that the effect is being felt economically and will be felt very soon socially, politically in entire Europe and rest of the world. And second part of my last talk of today is that Putin's popularity is soaring. In initial week of February when the war started, it was close to 70%. Now it is more than 83% or so in one of the local channels survey. Naturally, when war starts and your country is fighting, your leaders are upheld by the people. The war-mongering, war mania or nationalism rises. That is different thing that Biden's popularity is dipping further. I am not sure at present about the British Prime Minister. I was seeing on his popularity level on Twitter and elsewhere that he is being treated one of the worst Prime Minister of England. Well, I have no comment on that you got to find out. But yet we know that Tories got a huge majority like extreme right wings in Brazil and India have got. Anyway, thanks friend. Keep watching.